I've never done one of these before, so I'm actually gonna I don't know how this could go. Borderlands 4. I said I was gonna rant about it from way long ago. It's the 5th of it's May. Borderlands 4 was a game that almost everybody who had played and experienced Borderlands 3 from start to finish had been waiting for, have been really wanting, and it underdelivered. It underdelivered in terms of what the game could really have been. In terms of sales, I think it's probably the best selling outside of the entire franchise. I have a bit to say about the game, but it's all from a place of love. So let's start with this. I've played like all the Borderlands games at like a very different point in time, except for the pre-sequel. I really just cannot get through the pre-sequel. Borderlands 1 was basically like a blueprint thing. It was to introduce you to what the story was going to be like and like how to expect the story should go. Borderlands 2, everyone will say it was the best. I will say mostly true, except for the gunplay. Not really my thing, but the skills, the story, the mechanics, they're pretty good stuff, and the vehicle combat was really good in 2 as well. Really nice, really well handled. And then 3 was taking it to other worlds and bettering the gunplay. One thing that I understand is when I go back to play 2, I just can't get over the fact that they didn't have these mechanics that they introduced in 3 and onwards, like in those games before, because they provide such an identity to Borderlands. It was definitely needed. Story was a bit shit. Everybody knows that. Story definitely could have been cut down a bit to make it a lot more replayable. I speak of a very certain area when I talk about Borderlands 3. And I fucking hate Ice-T. But it was really good. DLC was really good as well. Arms Race is really fun. The characters, the skills, those were basically like Vault Hunters on crack because of the amount of skill trees that you had. You had 4 skill trees to choose from, and every single one of those characters was basically designed to whoop ass. Okay, my favorite was Moz. I loved having the infinite ammo thing. It was basically beautiful. Everybody loved Zane. Zane was definitely a fan favorite. I don't have any gameplay of Zane. I don't remember playing Zane. I think Zane's the only one I've never touched, but he was a really like well-designed Vault Hunter, and he had the thing where you could have like 2 ultimates instead of grenades. That was really well handled as well. Amara and Flak, they're great. Amara's great for the melee thing. You know, it felt like they didn't have anything to them at first, but they were actually really well-built Vault Hunters. They're really well-built characters. It's a shame that it's just the story didn't help. Now, 4. I want to check something. We are at the doorstep of 4 now. 4 came out September 12th, 2025. It's been over 6 months. Usually these games don't really, which is unfortunate to say, usually these games don't really get fully fleshed out until 2nd year or something like that, which is a shame because, you know, it has a lot of stuff, but it introduced a really well thought out concept that a lot of people thought that they would want, which was open world. Now, there was some really good mechanics that they did bring in, like the encore machine instead of having to save quit farm. That's like probably one of the best things that they could have added. The open world was a nice thing that they could have built on, but I'll tell you one thing. The open world shit. The open world is boring. It's very boring. And they tried to make it feel very like Destiny-like with the digirunners and stuff, which is another thing I'm going to get into entirely. Borderlands is always about that catch a ride when it comes to like vehicular combat. And another thing, there is no vehicular combat, none at all. And if you try to use the digirunners to fight people, it's fucking ass. You wish you tried something else. You might as well just get off the digirunner and then just fight them and then go back on it, because it does absolutely nothing. The new enemies that aren't like skins of anything is pretty nice to see. I do think that like fighting against wardens is pretty fun. Fighting against wardens and their little sentries and stuff like that is pretty fun. Stuff like that is pretty good, but it had a lot less variety than the previous games as well. And I don't know if it's because it's like it's a new thing or something like that, or it's like a new world, just doesn't hold the same weight, unfortunately, when it comes to fighting a variety of people. To go from 3 and having a whole bunch of like different worlds to explore and stuff, to 4 where it's just one world again, that will make stuff seem a little bit more lackluster. It just don't work. I'm now going to go over the notes that I wrote. The game suffers from lack of endgame content, even after 6+ months, which is kind of true. DLC is good in terms of the character that you get to pick up, but in terms of the story and in terms of like what else you get to do on there, doesn't look like my type of thing. Doesn't look like something I'd get down and get. I mean, Borderlands 3 DLC wasn't really a lot of stuff that I would get down and get, but I don't know, it's just not there. It's not there for me. It's not hidden there. The DLC so far is not hidden there for me. But it's nice to see returning characters. It's always nice to see returning characters. I just want to see more of the Vault Hunters. Hopefully I get proven wrong and we see where Moe's and Flack is and all that good shit, because that would be very cool to see. But that's my thing. The gunplay peaked in Borderlands 3, but 4 structured its own gunplay in different ways. The ordnance is a very good change. Grenades feel way more impactful. Heavy machine guns and rocket launchers feel way cleaner and nice. But it feels like the weapons that you have are a lot weaker now. When I say that the gunplay peaked in 3, I do mean that because of that new introduction, guns have never felt like that much more different from each other. And every single manufacturer was a delight to play as. One thing I'll never let people talk about is the gunplay in 3 being shit, because it had a bunch of other shit things to go with it, but the gunplay was one of the fucking best in the entire franchise, in my humble opinion. 4 introduced a bit of different stuff. The new manufacturers, Order, Ripper, and Daedalus, are kind of mid. Tediore became even shitter. Torg is really fucking good. Jacobs, incredibly good. Maliwan, it feels like Maliwan's been castrated. Feels like they've been neutered, but they're still really good. There's one more that I don't remember, but the licensed part stuff was really nice to see, and the alt fire stuff was really good. But sometimes it felt like you kind of had to rely on it a bit too much in terms of alt fire. Maybe I'm not the right person to be talking about gunplay and stuff. I say the only thing they did do right was making the heavy weapon stuff, ordinances and stuff like that, like have cooldowns and everything like that, and they did make it feel more powerful. But at the same time, it feels like it should have been balanced a bit differently. That's all I have to say on that. I have here, it says the open world could have been built upon better, otherwise a weak world that had less variety. Free should go back, and it should. I already spoke about this in the beginning, but this is absolutely true. I do believe that having the open world thing was fun, but Borderlands itself strives on being a level-based stuff. You only get that kind of stuff when you do like level-based stuff. The Encore machine was a great introduction. Needs to stay in every single sequel that happens afterwards, no matter what. Okay, if this is gone in even one of them, fucking riot, I swear to God. Open world could definitely have been a bit better. Open world could definitely had a lot more variety. Not only variety, because it had a bit of variety. It had forest, snow, desert, destroyed city. You did have a little more going on in the forest part. You had a little dense area in the jungles and everything. It felt like there was too little going on within the desert area. When the desert area was actually something that was destroyed. And I feel like desert area, you should have taken inspiration from a place in Destiny that has like this whole bunch of like cascades of buildings and everything on a fucking moon, and it's all just gone. It's gone to shit because the Cabal. I love Destiny. I feel like a lot of other people can agree with me about that though. Like it should go back to level-based stuff. It was pretty fun to see them try out Borderlands 4, but you know, for the 4th, but I should say 5th because Tiny Tina's Wonderlands exists. For the 5th sequel, kind of mid. And the last thing I have here is Unreal Engine 5 and no optimization. Seriously, it's fucking terrible. Oh my God. I have compiled shaders. It went down. It went down and it goes down again. And it's frozen. Oh my God. Compile shaders 3 fucking times in the same session. Okay? My computer has been on for so long compiling fucking shaders. I understand optimization, but stop making me optimize my fucking shaders every time I open the game. It's been 2 days. 2 days since I've played the game. You should not have to optimize the fucking shaders again. I haven't played The Last of Us in a week, and it is already optimized and ready to go. Part 2. I've got a pretty good tier computer. I've got this stuff. Why the fuck is Borderlands 4 running like shit on medium with an optimization mod? What is going on? Did they really not believe in optimization that much anymore? Why is the game over 100 gigabytes? It's just Borderlands. There's no way that many textures and meshes takes up that much amount of the fucking shit when most of the bosses are copy and paste stuff, and the only new thing that you introduced to the enemies was that stupid bullshit modifier that makes everything into a black hole. Some of the modifiers are good. That modifier is terrible. That one where you heal them if you attack them with the same element they have. It makes you think, but it is incredibly annoying to happen to, and most of it is badasses anyway. Unreal Engine 5. Utilize it properly because it can be used properly, but you guys are just thinking that it's not right. Stop it. Western Game Dev has been here. 120 gigabytes for a fucking shooting game. If you can't use the engine properly, just go back to your own engine, in-house engine, or just like use something else, please. That's all the problems that I had with Borderlands 4 as of playing it. I still do like the characters. I've yet to play through all of the characters. I spent about like 40 hours per each character, and I'm currently doing something on Terraria right now. So yeah, it's a game that can be more fun because the new mechanics that you have, the double jump and everything like that, it had the placement, but it lost its footing. That is a terrible analogy. Don't even try and quote that. If you have never played Borderlands before and you want to get into 4 because it's doing really good in terms of sales, here's what I recommend for you to do. Wait until the game's being finished giving support. Wait for it to go on sale. Get the game. You will have the best fun in your life. You will have all the characters. You will have everything at your fingertips. Because playing for it right now, after you finish the story? Anyway, sorry I've been gone. I thought I would be able to upload a few videos. Helldivers is actually kicking the shit on my ass right now, and it's kind of in a bad spot right now with its community, so I'm gonna cool off of that, but I'm still working on it. There's a screenshot of me working on it. I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna start doing the Undertale playthrough now, so I can get that out of the way for May. It's June. Bye!